Silence is not stagnation, it is preparation. Stillness is not delay, it is power gathering momentum. When you stop pushing life, life starts pushing things toward you. There comes a point where effort stops helping and starts interfering. Not because effort is wrong, but because there is a season where action must pause so alignment can catch up. Doing nothing for a while does not mean giving up. It means stepping out of the way. Many people keep blocking their own blessings by constantly adjusting, forcing, correcting, and overthinking. Life is not resisting you. It is waiting for you to stop resisting it. When your hands loosen their grip, unseen forces begin rearranging circumstances. Stillness allows what is already in motion to find you. Progress does not always look like movement. Sometimes it looks like rest, silence, and trust. Doing nothing is deeply misunderstood. People confuse it with laziness or indifference. In truth, it is one of the most powerful inner acts. When you do nothing externally but remain settled internally, you send a clear signal. You trust the process. Trust invites cooperation from life. Panic invites delay. When you constantly try to fix your situation, you declare that it is broken. When you pause, you declare that it is unfolding. That declaration changes the speed of events. Life responds faster to confidence than to control. There is an intelligence operating beyond your awareness. It connects timing, people, conversations, and decisions with precision you could never plan. But this intelligence requires space. Over-effort crowds that space. Constant thinking, searching, and waiting clutters the path. Doing nothing clears it. When the mind stops interfering, intuition becomes audible. When intuition guides you, you find yourself in the right place without forcing it. Events line up naturally. What felt stuck begins to shift quietly. The urge to act usually comes from fear. Fear of time passing. Fear of being left behind. Fear of missing out. But fear-driven action creates resistance. Resistance slows outcomes. When you pause without fear, time stops stretching. Silence compresses time. This is why breakthroughs often follow surrender. Not surrender as defeat, but surrender as trust. When you let go internally, life takes over externally. Doing nothing allows emotional pressure to dissolve. Pressure tells life you are not okay now. Calm tells life you are ready. Readiness does not shout, it rests. When you stop scanning for signs, signs begin to appear. When you stop checking the door every minute, the knock comes. Life does not like being watched anxiously. It responds best when it feels trusted. Stillness also restores self-concept. When you stop chasing outcomes, you reconnect with yourself. You remember who you are without external validation. This inner grounding changes your energy. You no longer radiate need, you radiate stability. Stability is magnetic. People feel safe around it, opportunities move toward it, life aligns with it. Doing nothing for a while gives your inner identity time to settle into confidence. There is a difference between inspired action and forced action. Inspired action feels light. Forced action feels heavy. When you do nothing, you create room for inspiration to arise naturally. Suddenly, a conversation feels right. A decision feels clear. A meeting happens without effort. You did not plan it, it found you. This is alignment in motion. It cannot happen while the mind is busy controlling everything. Patience is not waiting with tension. It is waiting with peace. Peace accelerates results. Tension delays them. When you pause and choose peace, you step into harmony with timing. Timing is never wrong. Perception is. When you are anxious, time feels slow. When you are aligned, time collapses. Doing nothing resets your perception. It removes urgency. And urgency is what pushes things away. The universe responds to inner posture, not outer activity. A relaxed posture invites approach. A tense posture signals danger. When you do nothing internally, no forcing, no worrying, no chasing, you become approachable energetically. Life moves toward openness. Closed fists receive nothing. Open hands receive effortlessly. Stillness also heals subconscious resistance. Many people say they want partnership, but deep down they fear loss. responsibility, or vulnerability. Constant activity keeps these fears hidden. Stillness brings them to the surface so they can dissolve. When hidden resistance clears, movement resumes naturally. Doing nothing allows alignment to complete itself. Trust grows in silence. When you do nothing and nothing falls apart, confidence deepens. You realize life is not fragile. You realize you do not have to manage everything. This realization shifts power back to you. From this power, attraction becomes natural. You no longer need to prove readiness. It becomes obvious. Often, the reason nothing seems to move is because too much is being done. Too many thoughts, too many strategies, too many emotional adjustments. Life responds when simplicity returns. Doing nothing simplifies everything. It clears the noise so the signal can be received. In this pause, identity stabilizes. You stop defining yourself by status, timelines, or outcomes. You start defining yourself by peace. Peace becomes your baseline. From that baseline, life mirrors stability. Commitment responds to those who are not rushing it. When you do nothing, you stop negotiating with fear. You stop asking when and start trusting now. Presence replaces anticipation. Presence is powerful. It anchors you. Anchored people attract anchored relationships. Life responds to grounded energy. This stillness is temporary, but its effects are permanent. You are not stopping life. You are letting it catch up to you. You are allowing alignment to complete its work. When the pause ends, movement resumes with ease. What once felt blocked flows naturally. Doing nothing does not mean avoiding life. It means living without pressure. It means allowing joy, focus, and purpose to return to the present moment. When you are happy now, life brings more to match it. Happiness is not a reward. It is a signal. At the right moment, action will feel effortless. You will know because there will be no anxiety behind it. Until then, stillness is your assignment. Not waiting, not forcing, allowing. Allowing is the highest form of trust. So pause, breathe, release timelines, release comparisons, release fear. Let life move without your interference. In this quiet space, alignment completes itself. When you step aside, destiny steps forward. Stillness is often mistaken for lack of progress, but in reality, it dissolves the very resistance that blocks movement. When the mind stops pushing, judging, and correcting every moment, life gains room to reorganize itself. Resistance is created by emotional tension, not by inactivity. When you remain still internally, you stop sending mixed signals of doubt and urgency. That clarity allows circumstances to adjust smoothly. Stillness does not mean nothing is happening. It means something deeper is aligning. In quiet moments, unseen connections are being made, timing is being refined, and paths are being cleared. Movement born from stillness is always precise. When resistance falls away, effort becomes unnecessary. What once required struggle begins to unfold with ease. This is why silence often precedes breakthroughs. Stillness is the pause that allows momentum to build naturally. When you stop forcing progress, progress finds its own way to you. Doing nothing is often judged harshly, yet it is one of the purest expressions of trust. Trust does not need constant reassurance or visible proof. It rests. When you pause action without anxiety, you communicate confidence in the unfolding of events. Laziness avoids responsibility, but trust accepts responsibility without control. Doing nothing does not mean disengaging from life. It means disengaging from fear-driven interference. This inner pause tells life that you believe things can work without pressure. Pressure suggests doubt. Trust suggests certainty. When certainty replaces urgency, life responds with cooperation. Trust creates harmony between intention and outcome. You are no longer fighting timing or questioning direction. You allow intelligence beyond your planning to operate. This quiet confidence opens doors without force. What you trust enough to release often returns to you more quickly and more accurately aligned. Pressure is one of the greatest delays to alignment. When pressure dominates, every moment feels heavy and slow. When pressure ends, everything speeds up quietly. Alignment does not require effort. It requires absence of resistance. When you stop pressing for results, you stop reminding yourself of their absence. This shift alters perception. Time no longer feels stretched. Waiting no longer feels painful. Alignment accelerates when you are emotionally relaxed because life responds to ease. Ease creates flow. Flow creates momentum. Pressure collapses flow by introducing urgency and fear. When you release pressure, you remove the brakes. Circumstances no longer feel blocked. They feel guided. You begin to notice progress without strain. The less you push, the less you interfere. And the less you interfere, the faster alignment completes its work. Speed follows surrender, not force. Silence is not empty. It is informative. When mental noise fades, inner guidance becomes clear. Constant thinking, analyzing, and predicting drown out intuition. Pausing mental chatter allows subtle direction to surface naturally. Silence sharpens awareness. You begin to sense when something feels right or wrong without logical explanation. This clarity improves timing. Instead of acting prematurely or hesitantly, you move when alignment is present. Silence teaches patience without frustration. It removes the urge to fill gaps with unnecessary action. In silence, insight appears effortlessly. You notice patterns, understand signals, and recognize opportunities without searching. Intuition thrives in calm spaces. When the mind rests, timing aligns. Decisions become lighter. Outcomes feel inevitable. Silence is not absence of thought. It is the presence of clarity. From clarity, movement becomes accurate and effective. Pausing restores balance within the self. Constant striving unsettles identity and creates emotional instability. When you stop chasing outcomes, you reconnect with your center. This inner stability changes how life responds to you. Stability communicates readiness. It shows that you are not reacting to fear or lack. Commitment gravitates toward emotional steadiness because steadiness sustains connection. When you are settled within yourself, interactions feel grounded. You stop overcompensating or over-explaining. Your presence becomes calm and assured. Life mirrors this stability by presenting experiences that reflect consistency. Pausing allows unresolved emotions to settle naturally. It gives space for confidence to replace insecurity. When inner balance is restored, attraction becomes effortless. Commitment responds to those who are anchored, not those who are rushing. Stillness strengthens the foundation that supports long-term union. Fear-based action feels urgent and exhausting. It seeks immediate relief rather than alignment. When you act from fear, you rush timing and force outcomes that are not yet ready. Life resists this force gently but firmly. When you stop interfering with fear-driven decisions, flow resumes. Interference often comes disguised as productivity. But productivity without alignment creates friction. Stepping back allows natural progression. Life moves faster when it is not being micromanaged. Fear narrows perception. Calm expands it. When fear-driven action ends, possibilities widen. You begin to notice doors opening without effort. Solutions appear without struggle. Life does not require constant management. It requires cooperation. Cooperation happens when fear steps aside. By releasing fear-based interference, you allow life's intelligence to operate freely. This freedom restores momentum and direction. Space is essential for anything to move toward you. When your life and mind are crowded with expectation and control, there is no room for approach. Stepping aside creates that room. It signals openness rather than pursuit. Life moves toward openness. When you stop positioning yourself in the way, alignment flows naturally. Stepping aside does not mean retreat. It means allowing approach. This shift transforms effort into receptivity. You are no longer pushing from behind. You are inviting from within. Space allows timing to synchronize. It permits paths to intersect naturally. When you create space internally, Life fills it externally. Approaching feels effortless because resistance has dissolved. Stepping aside is an act of wisdom. It trusts that what is meant for you knows how to reach you without force.